we're going to leave it alone. God alone is the judge. He understands his heart and he sees everything much more than what I see and understand. So, guys, we want to watch a quick video here about this father, grassroots army here. Let's take a listen to this. You know what? I would say pray for Damar, because Damar had a situation that happened to him and may have had some type of belief that God has something to do with this. This doesn't necessarily mean he's automatically a Christian and everything that he does from this point forward should be like a Christian. I think some people, sometimes we are too quick to give people the Christian trophy because something miraculous had taken place. You know, sometimes it takes more than one situation, or it takes more than just a miracle for some people to begin to really take their relationship with Christ seriously. And a miracle doesn't always mean automatically you believe in God either. You know, so I don't know what Damar Hamlin's relationship with God was before this happened. So I don't know what it is until now. So for me, I'm unable to judge the situation fully unless I know for certain the man is a Christian, which he never admitted to be a Christian. He speaks about God, which a lot of people do that. I mean, we have artists who speak about God and they are just blaspheming God's name all the time. I've seen Lil Wayne get on stage and say, "Thank you, Jesus." But Lil Wayne, does the Lil Wayne remind you of a Christian? Doesn't mean he can be, but when you look at the music and the lyrics and the way they live, you're like, that's not Christian. So I would say let's not be too quick to judge Damar because we think he might be a Christian. Sometimes he's not. Sometimes he is far from being a Christian. Yeah, his state of mind might be much different. Thank you, Chris. We don't know his state of mind. We don't know his conversion process. We don't know where he is spiritually. And I would say this is when you exercise patience and kindness here, because you really don't know how much of faith Damar Hamlin really have in God. You know, we don't know that. So I can't run with that. So I'm thanking God for what he's done in his life and using him in a powerful way. And I really believe God was behind his, you know, his healing process and how fast he was restored. Those prayers were not in vain. I believe that. But I will say, don't let this jacket of his turn you away from what God might be doing in his life. I would say give him a chance. I mean, I think the choice with the jacket was a bad one, but that's not something I'm going to use against him here. I want to see people saved. That's my desire. All right, let's take a listen to that.
Good evening to the most famous school board in America. I was happy to help expose you guys and your actions. There is lots of good teachers in our town. They aren't well represented by you guys. The level to which you have gone to ignore the actions you have taken is astounding to me. You forced boys into my daughter's bathroom and then advocate to vote for the very lady who forced that to happen. So you obviously have not reversed your position on that. You still think that boys should follow my daughter in the bathroom. Does anybody up there have a daughter? Would it be okay if I followed her into a bathroom? Anybody okay with that? There's pornographic books in our libraries and drag queen teachers, and you guys are in charge of it. And I'm not going to stop until each and every one of you is removed. You have shown that you're not going to change course. And I'm not going to stop. And I would encourage you to step down now. Clearly, you are defending defenseless positions. Putting a boy in my daughter's bathroom is crazy. And thinking that a boy can be a girl simply for saying it is also crazy. We fought you guys to get it and got a state law passed. And clearly, because that's what is the right thing to do. And it took a law to stop you guys from doing that. There's lots of good going on, but Hitler built schools. What is actually happening cannot be ignored, and I'm not going to let it be ignored. The school counselors that I grew up with are gone. Mr. Gordon sent me an email today. He will not tell me if our school counselors are ASCA certified. ASCA, their 2021 position statement. It is an expectation, not the exception, for school counselors to integrate multiculturalism and social justice into their work as advocates and leaders. These counselors are not here to help our children anymore. They're here to indoctrinate them. And stand by.
I will continue to do everything in my power to expose these school boards, to make sure that these parents have a platform to get their messaging out, because what's going on right now is absolute insanity, and I still can't believe that we're having these conversations. I still can't believe that a father has to go into the school board and say, why is a boy using the girls' locker room, or why is a boy using a girls' bathroom, or why is there sexually explicit books into these public school libraries? It's insane. So I will continue to do my part and expose all of this hot garbage. And if you like what you're seeing, make sure that you're following us on YouTube and Rumble. It's at Grassroots Army. This will continue to give you up-to-date, accurate, and truthful information of what's truly going on, because obviously the corporate media and most of social media is dropping the ball in informing all of you of what's truly going on in our school systems.
Guys, what say you? Isn't this crazy that as parents we feel the need to do something like this? It's like, when did they lose their minds so much that it's come down to this? The audio was echoed when it was playing. Okay, got it. I just gotta make sure I mute myself when it's playing. Thank you for saying that. So yeah, that's my thought and perspective on it. It's so weird, man, that as a father you have to go to this extreme to get people to listen. But to a point, it doesn't shock me, because the public school system, we have to remember, from the inception of the public school system, the goal has always been to demote God. That's always been the goal. There's always been the goal. As soon as God was out, anything else could come in. It's just, to me, it's like, I'm looking at this thing, I'm like, yep, that's what they've been working on since the 1860 something. They've been working on this for a long time. We are now seeing the fruit of it. And secondly, it's just, some of these people, they're not going to change. It's just, they have to be fired. Laws have to be passed, just like it says here. They're not going to change. And I think some of these teachers are way too protected. They are protected so well, you can't even fire them. And that's another problem too. Some of these people, they got to go. The law has to change where these teachers could get in trouble for doing what they've been doing. And third, I think we need to start considering Christian schools. I've said this before and I'll say it again. If you can afford it, you should by all means put your child whom you love in a Christian school. Because these people, they are not going to change for you. They're not going to change. They are bent on doing what they do. They have an agenda at play. Sheesh. I would have faked being a transsexual in high school if they let me in a girl's room. This is insane. I know. Back then, you couldn't even come up. There's no way you could get away with stuff like that, Chris. Back then, they would have been like, you crazy. Get out of here. But today, man, somebody's words and emotion or feelings or perception of himself is all you need. Just say that I'm a girl and that's it. No questions asked. You must be telling the truth. But again, this proves what the Bible speaks about, man. It proves what the Bible speaks about, that in the last days, perilous times will come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affections. You go look that up. The affections are not natural anymore. truth breakers, false accusers, incontinent fears, despisers of those that are good. Like, we have to make laws now to tell people not to use girls' bathroom. That's some crazy stuff to me. Like, we could have spent that money on something better. Traitors, hardy, high-minded, lovers of pleasure, than lovers of God. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. Of this sort are they which creep into houses and led captive silly women laden with sin and led away with diverse lusts, ever learning but never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Mercy. Like, these school board people, they hear stuff like this all the time. They're not changing at all. Hey, Darth Vader, I'm glad you're here. Join me so we can do the reaction to... I'm going to send you a link, okay? Join me so we can react, because I'm about to be done here. I have a meeting scheduled later on tonight. Yeah, guys, it's just crazy to me. It's just crazy. All right.